What's going on, beautiful people? It is I, your flying locomotive, and faster than a speeding bullet SuperCliff, coming at you live with a brand new video. And for today's majestic and fantastic video, we are getting the answers as to why the Fantastic Four splintered, with Fantastic Four issue number 4. But before we dive into the world featuring the cosmic wonders of Jack Kirby and Stan Lee, if you are new to the channel, then smash that like and subscribe button. That way you guys never miss out on anything that happens on this majestic channel. So what are you waiting for? Let's raise the bar and go full on Super Saiyan. Hit that subscribe button. Thus, without further ado, let's dive into the craziness and wonkiness of Marvel's first family with Fantastic Four issue number 4. A lot of 4s. Our story starts off with some narration from Mr. Ben Grimm, and it's here where Ben lets us the reader know that back in the day when the interstellar cosmic rays turned him into the Thing, that it pales in comparison to what happened 5 months ago in New York City, back when the Fantastic Four were forced to defend the Earth from a negative zone invasion. Now, while the children, Ben and Alicia's, along with Franklin and Valeria, are watching the battle play out from within the Baxter building, it's within the fight where Mr. Fantastic calculates that the various outcomes that can come from this battle, and percentage-wise is pretty crappy. Basically, if the heroes continue to fight the invaders the way they are, then it's only a matter of time until they're all defeated. Therefore, it's here where Mr. Fantastic pulls out an ace, for Reed pulls a remote control trigger, and with a loud boom, the whole city block surrounding the Baxter building blips out of existence, taking the negative zone invasion forces with it and leaving behind a massive crater. Afterwards, once the battle is won, Reed, as should, is questioned by Ben and Alicia. Like, hey, that was a pretty cool party trick. Glad we won the day, but really though, where's the Baxter building? Where are the kids? And Reed assures everyone that, they're okay, for he teleported the invaders away through a hero-centric temporal gateway. Long story short, Reed developed a new equation for time travel, and so he plucked the invaders from Earth and dropped them where the Earth used to be 6 months back and its rotation around the sun, aka in deep space. But for his equation to work, Reed needed to send the area where he plucked the invaders. And that's where things get pretty complicated because Reed, despite his good intentions, he ended up dropping the city blocks surrounding the Baxter building, including all of its inhabitants, 1 year into the future. Now in theory, everything should pop back into existence after the Earth completes one rotation around the sun, for which none of the inhabitants will ever know that they were actually gone. However, it doesn't sit well with everyone else. Rather, everyone seems to be pretty pissed off due to Reed's decision. And regardless of Reed's apologizing and making it clear on what a ridiculously low probability that they had of winning by brute force, it didn't change the sudden resentment that Ben and Alicia built towards Reed. Thus, they blew up at him and said some things that they shouldn't have said. Heat of the moment type of stuff. Following the aftermath, Ben and Alicia narrate that even though everyone was safe, it's impossible for a big part of a city to just vanish without tearing apart the lives of everyone else. So yeah, people are pretty upset. At a time when vigilantism was already illegalized by the state of New York, this incident was all that it took to turn the world against the Fantastic Four, resulting in the team being forced to disband. 5 months later, in the present day, Johnny Storm arrives somewhere in Kentucky and meets up with Sue and Reed in the front of a gigantic dome made of the Thing's hide. With Johnny asking if this dome is actually Ben, Reed makes it clear that this couldn't be the case, since although the dome is textured like the Thing, Reed suspects it to be alive, and Ben wouldn't survive becoming whatever it is that's in front of them right now. However, Sue senses the electromagnetic fields of 2 human being brains from within, and so from there, Johnny flames on and begins to dig through, finding Ben and Alicia trapped inside a cocoon of sorts, and so Johnny wants to immediately burn it with fire. However, Reed stops him to take a microscopic look by stretching his eye out of its socket, and he finds out that although the cells on the exterior of the dome resemble that of the Thing's, the biology of the cells on the dome's interior is not from Earth, but rather alien and resembles the parasitic cells of Rambu, aka the space pirate, which Reed finds odd because both Rambu and the planet have been dead for ages. However, via the theory of panspermia, which states that early life on Earth could have arrived from the stars by piggybacking on an asteroid or comet, Reed believes that it's possible some fragment of Rambo's parasite could have survived and arrived on Earth by the force from its planet's explosion, landing near or quite possibly on Ben and Alicia, feeding on them in order to try to rebuild itself. In addition, Sue theorizes that it could also be digging their minds for memories to keep them distracted, which justifies the electromagnetic field that they're producing. With Reed suspecting the dome to have no intelligence except just, an instinctual desire to latch on and feed off on whatever life it finds, he makes it clear that if they don't save Ben and Alicia quickly, there won't be anything left of them. And so after that, the smartest man in the universe takes a sample of the parasite, like the scientist that he is. And it's here where Reed gives John the go-ahead to flame on and to free their friends. But with the parasite resisting the fire, Reed stretches his arms into blades to try and cut Ben and Alicia out. As Sue notices that it's under threat, the parasite is escalating the volume of the feeling that Ben and Alicia have towards Reed, the memories that it's using to keep them distracted. However, with the combined effects of the Human Torch and Mr. Fantastic, the team breaks Ben and Alicia free, and they wake up from the nightmare of living the Baxter Building incidents over and over and over again. Now at that moment, Reed offers a heartfelt apology for his action, because at the end of the day, the FF's friendship is unique, and it's built with a loyalty and love, and Reed doesn't want to lose it. And after having to relive the trauma of losing their children, Ben and Alicia finally realized Reed wasn't the bad guy, because he was hurting too, because he also lost his children as well. And with them realizing that they can't blame Reed anymore, the team makes amends with a lovely and majestic group hug. And with that, the Fantastic Four are back, baby. And that, folks, was the end of the Fantastic Four, issue number 4. And thank you guys for checking out my video, as it truly means the world to me. So yeah, this issue gives us the reveal as to why the Fantastic Four broke up. The last 3 issues, we've been given clues that something happened at the Baxter Building. Ben and Alicia's adopted alien children might have been affected by said event, and that Reed, the smartest man in the world, had something to do with it. And thus we finally get the reveal. Reed, in order to save the world, had to use the powers of science, and basically he sent the Baxter Building and the entire block, including the kids and the people who were, in it, teleported 1 year into the future. But unfortunately, in order to make sure that nothing goes wrong with the plan, everyone else had to wait out a year before their loved ones can return. I think it's a fantastic issue, pun intended, because we understand why the Thing is angry with Reed. And we understand why New York hates the Fantastic Four. Reed made a calculated decision, and though it was the correct choice, the fallout from it is affecting people. Folks can't see their loved ones for a whole year. Ryan North showcased the emotions very well, especially for both Reed and Ben. Not only we know that the FF broke up, it's never a great thing when a negative zone invades Earth. What we've gathered was that Annihilus and his bugs, they weren't invading. Rather, they were seeking refuge. They were running away. Thus the question remains, running away from what? Essentially, this issue is able to capture the meaning of what the Fantastic Four represents within the Marvel Universe. They're Marvel's first family, a family of cosmic explorers. And despite making mistakes here and there, the team's heart is in the right place. And no matter the circumstance, when the world needs saving, the FF are there to help, and to help each other. So yeah, as always, I'm your majestic sayer over at SuperCliff, and if you guys are new to the channel, then do me a solid by smashing that like and subscribe button, and also the notification bell so that you'll never miss out on an upload, and so that you'll always be kept up to date with your favorite top tier comics happening in the comic book world. Now tell me, what are your thoughts and opinions on this issue? Are you guys excited for issue number 5? Let me know down in the comment section below. And until the next video, peace. Giggity goo.